Michael.
I'm very, very fine. How is everything?
Hello? It's okay.
That's good.
I'm fine.
That's good. That's good. So, if you remember this trend line that we drew in the morning, like whereby we also spoke of this channel. That trend line now, prices reached there. If it fails to break this one, it might not go up now as yet, but if it breaks that one, that's when it can continue all the way to those areas. So now we also have another trend line at the bottom here. This trend line at the bottom. So here now, if ever someone was really paying attention to the VIX, you know that your first buys were supposed to be somewhere here. If ever you were really paying much attention to it, because first touch, second touch came, third touch. You could have started buying there based on the third touch and also based on the Fibonacci as well. Fibonacci, that is 61.8. 61.8 Fibonacci. So you could have also entered based on the Fibonacci, point A, point B, pulled back on the 50, 61.8. You could have entered based on this area as well, based on the support, broken support, retested. So support, trend line, Fibonacci, all those things. You would have started buying here. Then the next one with this trend line. First touch. We have a trend line there. Trend line, touch, broke. So it broke here. After this breakout, I just waited for price to come back and touch here. That's when we gave the signal. Immediately as price touched here, of which also this is a lower high that has been broken. So the break of a lower high will also enter just like that, meaning it's already a shift in market structure on a smaller time frame. Already we can see a shift in market structure on a smaller time frame, whereby price broke the lower high and formed a higher high. So higher high, this is a higher low. Higher low, higher high. Higher low, higher high. So somewhere here it can also form a what? A higher low. Then we continue like that. So this trend line is also going to guide you on the buys that you now are on break even now. Can even guide you. Is price going to break this? Because if it breaks that one now, price can definitely come back down. Can come back down, like really down. It can even come down to this area, test this area before going up again. So this trend line, just be watching that trend line. Just be watching this trend line. Once price comes to that trend line, and so long it doesn't break, you are still okay. The trade is still okay. So now the break now of this level, this one, it will also give you more buying opportunities. The break of that trend line that we have to the upside, you can also buy again there. The first target I showed you on the 4-hour is that area. So once we break that trend line, this blue one can even add more more what? More buys. Market structure already has shifted. It's now bullish on a smaller time frame perspective. So on a small time frame perspective, we can already see that buys are now, they are now permitted to actually be happening. On a smaller time frame perspective, we can see the shift. Already we now have higher highs, higher lows. But we also want the same shift to happen on a higher time frame. For example, on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour, we want to see that shift as well happening. Once you see it happening there, definitely trades can now be held longer and longer and longer. So, this trend line, blue trend line, once broken, retested, more trades can be entered. More trades can be entered. So, let's go to a 1 hour perspective. Let's see what's happening. 1 hour time frame already, you can also see some form of shift there. Some form of shift, you can already see it there. Let me remove. Okay, so on a 1 hour, here we are on a 1 hour. Let me hide this. On a 1 hour time frame perspective, already we can see that price has begun to also shift market structure. Lower high there, lower low, lower high here, lower low, came back to this lower high, broke the lower high there, broke the lower high, made a high high. So if ever this thing is going to decide to retest, it can even retest here. That is if it breaks this trend line that we have on a 15 minute, it can come and retest there, then go up. That can also happen. You also need to take note of that. But however, even the trades that you're in, they're still safe because they're already on break even. If it comes back there, it will still be. So on the 1 hour now, this is what we are looking at on the 1 hour. Price, point A, point B, bounced, came back to the 38.2. So if it decides to go according to go up based on the 38.2, it's good for us because we know that whenever price bounces on the 38.2 Fibonacci, the momentum to the upside will be very strong. So meaning the trend will be strong to the particular direction that price would have bounced on. So right now, if it bounced and respects the 38.2 on the 1 hour time frame, it means basically the buying pressure now it's too much, and the buying pressure is so high. That's why it can't give deep retracements like the 50 or the 61.8. So 1 hour time frame, that is also what we are looking at. That trend line is a very key trend line. This one, once broken and market retests it, definitely you can enter more buys as well. First target is this area. Once that area is reached, we want to see the reaction of price. Because according to the 4 hour, we saw that price can even come here all the way, then come back down, form a double bottom, then go up. That can happen according to a high time frame perspective. But if you're only looking at smaller time frames, you won't see that as a possibility. So there, once broken, add more buys. Then once we get there, we'll see how the reaction of price is moving. But already I love also the shift in market structure that I'm seeing also on the 1 hour time frame. And also the 20 moving average already is below below the market, meaning our buys, they are still safe. The buys that we're in are still safe. We can even test with the 50 exponential moving average, which, if you remember the last time that we spoke, it's also good for entries. So now the 50, now check now where this blue trend line is. It's exactly where the 50 exponential moving average is. So the break of this trend line will also be the break of price going above the 50 what? Exponential moving average, which will give us more buying opportunities above there. So the opportunities that we are in, they were confirmed by the 20 moving average. The next ones that we want to take will be confirmed by the what? By the 50. Will be confirmed by the 50. Something like this. So that is what we're currently looking at. That is what we're currently looking at. That is what we're currently looking at for the VIX. That is what we're currently looking at for the VIX. So this blue trend line, once broken, and retested, we enter, then we see how price is going to respond on that level, on this level here. But so far so good. We are still in. Our trades are on break even, so meaning we are still safe. We are still safe. So these yellow lines, these yellow zones, I just drew them based on a 15-minute perspective, just as also something that one can look at if ever they want to scale in. So if ever you want to scale in, the best time frame that you can use is to look at the 1 hour, and draw some levels of support and resistance on it. So these ones, I would draw them in gray like that. Once that one is broken, I know that I can add this one. Once it's broken, I can add as well. I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame now for those zones where I can scale in. These ones for 15 minutes, they're not really nice areas to scale in because they're too close to each other like that. They're not really nice areas to scale in. Nice areas to scale in, they have to be far apart from each other like that. So same as here, this one I can also place it in gray, because once that one is broken, it can also give opportunities. So yeah.
Right.
So that is the whole structure, mind you. What happens on a higher time frame? What happens on a lower time frame? Like the shifts that you are seeing on a smaller time frame, they have to happen on a higher time frame as well. For example, if you check on a 4 hour, all those shifts in market structure, they have to happen. All those head and shoulders, all those double bottoms that are happening on a smaller time frame, they also have to happen on a what? On a 4 hour. So yeah, that's why I was saying this area here can be our first target, because price can go there, come back down, form a double bottom, then continue. But once this blue trend line is broken, once that blue trend line is broken, we can add more buys up until, because this one is a level of resistance now. This is a major resistance. That's a major resistance. That is a major resistance. So on the 4 hour, we can also look, let me see if we can check for the shift in market structure. On a 4 hour, it's still not yet clear. It's still not yet clear, but I think it's okay. Let me remove these other ones. Right, so on the 4 hour now, on the 4 hour, we had lower high there, lower low, this area here as well. It's a key area according to a 4 hour perspective. So that area can be retested. That is if price fails to break the blue trend line. If it fails to break this one, price can, because right now the 4 hour candle is 47 minutes. 47 minutes to close. So here, because that is also, we can also regard this one as a lower high. This area, we can also regard it as a lower high. Lower high there, broken. Then the retest can happen there, then come and break there. So even if the market comes and takes you out on your entry point, you simply need to look at market structure. Is it still in our favor? If it's still in our favor, we can still enter. So here, blue trend line, very, very key for more entries. This blue trend line is very, very key for more entries. Then you can also add these levels here. These levels like this. You can also add these levels of support and resistance. You can also add them because they are break. You can add more. So that is it. That is it for the VIX. Jesus. So do you understand? Is it understandable?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, so this trend line now, this one, we can say it's no longer relevant because already it has been broken. We can already say that the price has broken this one. It has been broken already and we are in already. So we can't really consider it now as something that is relevant. So now we are looking forward. So these gray ones, they are simply areas whereby if you see the market breaking and closing above and respecting, you can also maybe add up until you reach there. Well, this is a 4 hour. This is a 4 hour time frame. To take 4 hours, if not 8, for these levels to be broken. So that is it. That is it. This broken level on a 4 hour can be retested. That one. Just take note of that. Of which our entries, they are way here at the bottom here. Way at the bottom there. So this level can be retested. Once it's retested, you can even enter more here. Once it's retested, you can enter more and go. The break of the blue, enter more, we go. So for price to reach there, which are even saying our first target, can even take a day or two. Can even take a day or two. So that is it. That is it for the VIX. If you have any questions, you can ask.
I don't have.
That's good. That's good. So that is how we analyze. That is how we enter trades. That is how we scale in. That is how we do almost everything. So this is the same thing that we expect you to do whenever you're trading. Whenever you're trading, whatever, whether it's fixed or it's whatever. So whatever that you'll be trading, that's how you analyze, that's how you add trades, that's how you enter. So that is it. Any questions you can ask? Any questions you can ask, even there in the group, you can also ask. So that is it. Those are the areas that we expect to scale in. Those are the areas that we expect to scale in.